Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. It's UN Saturday at Monmouth. We're going to take a look at race number 7 now at the Jersey Shore on Saturday. It's the Grade 3 Eatontown for fillies and mares. We're going a mile and a 16th on the turf. You're going to want to get involved with this great card with your DRF Bets account. Sign up at drf.com/bet. Get $150 in risk-free bets. Here's the field for the Grade 3 Eatontown. Race number 7, morning line favorite down towards the rail. It is the speedy valedictorian. Kelly Breen got this horse real good over the winter at Gulfstream Park. Last time out at Churchill, Louis Saez got a little aggressive on the backstretch, sending this one up in between horses to press the pace, and she just got tired against a much better group of horses. I mean, who knew that Bo Recall was this kind of horse? She came back to run second in the Just a Game with a 95 buyer. Daddy is a Legend, the third place finisher, came back to run third in the Just a Game with a 95 buyer. If valedictorian gets loose here, she's going to be real tough.
Yeah, if she gets to the lead in this race, she is going to be real tough. There's nothing to knock about her form dating back to December for Kelly Breen. He's just gotten her real good. If I was going to, nitpick a horse is going to be a short price, I would just say that the 2 wins, both in races where she just had all the best of it on slow paces. But she really ran well in her other races too, Dan, and she did that without having the lead in those races. She seems versatile enough to me. She is the horse to beat in here.
Proven over Monmouth, and the local folks will be rooting her on. She is a Jersey bred in this graded stakes race, and she'll be on the lead. Let's see the Timeform US Pace Projector. They've got the number 1, valedictorian, out there on the front, and we do have the number 5 expected to be chasing in second, and that is Dynatail. Dynatail's found herself. For Mike Deeney, there was a string of races where Dynatail couldn't find the winner's circle. She has now won 3 out of her last 4 starts. Now, last time out at Penn National, she loves that track. She won the Penn Oaks in 2017. Right. Last time out, she was 1-2. She was supposed to win the way she did, but that was a very weak field. Chasing valedictorian, running her down and holding off the closers might be a big ask.
Yeah, I think it is. Listen, I'm not going to knock this horse. She's won 7 times. She's made almost $500,000. She's a nice horse. She has won 3 of 4, but all 3 of those wins, they're not against horses like this. This is a tougher spot for her, especially when she has to chase valedictorian in the form that she's in. I just think there's a lot working against her in here.
You and I have had differing takes on inflexibility throughout her career. I've always kind of liked her. You've not really liked her very much, and I'm starting to come around to your way of thinking after the last couple of races. Even the Canadian, where I thought she had a big shot at it, turning to the stretch as the favorite and kind of just flattened out late. Then the Athenia, where I thought she was wide. I gave her that race. Last time out in the Gallarette, Mike, it looked like she was in a really good spot. She came with a wide run in the stretch, and there was just nothing there. If you want to blame the layoff, fine. Chance found a very good spot for inflexibility, and if she runs back to some of her earlier numbers, she's going to be real tough in here. I'm not sure I want to take a short price to find out if she can still run, though.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, I never want a short price on her anyway. Listen, she was off the layoff last time. I'm with you. She didn't run well in that race, but you could give her the benefit of the doubt for that one. I guess the real problem I have with her is, even though you can look back towards last summer and see 99, 99, 97, I don't really think she's that kind of horse, Dan. I think she's something less than that. That doesn't mean she doesn't fit really well in here. I think she does. This is a really good spot for her. She's just not my cup of tea at a short price.
Did you get the feeling that Mike Trombetta was using My Sister Sledge's last race as merely a prep? It was the Miss Liberty, her first start of the year. She was taken way off of the pace. They were going fast early, but she was far, far back. She kind of saved ground turning into the stretch. She altered course. Julian Pimentel, I thought, really didn't ask her for her best, just asked her for a nice finish, and she did finish. I think she got a lot out of that race. It's interesting to note it was a career best buyer speed figure. Does her one-run closing style, though, work in this spot? I know she's been closer in the past, but I think she's at her best when she comes from out of it.
I agree with you, and she's usually closer when the pace is really slow. I don't know if it's going to be that slow in here. I guess I had a tough time deciding if I thought she was good enough in this race. I will say it's very interesting to see a filly or a mare like her who can do a lot of different things. Like, you don't often see turf horses who are good at 5 furlongs and who are good at a mile and a 16th. It's a hard thing to do, to go back and forth in distance on turf, but she does it. She just tends to show up and run every time. I wonder if she's good enough to beat this field.
Conquest Hard Candy is a horse that you have to like because she shows up every time, and she's got enough tactical speed to work out a trip. I liked her Ticonderoga way back in 2018 when she ran into the streaking 55. She took over the lead in the upper stretch and was just no match match for the two favorites at the end of that race. I thought her Plenty of Grace 2 starts back was good. She sat a nice pocket trip, but she was in behind horses, and by the time she got out, 55, her nemesis and the favorite again, was just too much for her. What happened last time? It looked like she had a decent trip. She just couldn't get there.
Yeah, she just couldn't get up. No real excuse for her last time. Just didn't get there. It's it's interesting. I don't know why they decided to take her off the pace now. She used to be a speed horse, and I liked her a lot better as a speed horse. Now they try and rate her. They put her in behind horses. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In a race like this with valedictorian, maybe she has to track. It's not a terrible thing for her. I just wonder if she's as good as she used to be.
Winner of that last race did come back to score in a 2X with an 83 buyer. Runner-up came back to score 2X, 83 buyer. Winner came back to run second in a stakes race at Laurel with an 84. Let's take a look at our top selection for this year's Grade 3 Eatontown. Maybe a reach, Mike. But we're going with the 2, Made to Remember, who is on an 8-race losing streak, is eligible for non-winners of 2 Life, and her buyer speed figure pales in comparison to those of the top contenders. That being said, I thought she did enough good things in her seasonal debut for Graham Motion that I think she can take a big step forward.
I do too. I really liked the race that she ran at Churchill last time. They took her back to last. She just didn't break that sharp from the
European break.
Yeah, way out, way last. They came wide to the stretch. I like the run she put in to be a gaining second in there. When you start going back through her form in England last year, just a lot of races where they went, I think, maybe too far for her. They're going in all these long distance races. She actually ran a good second to Scottish Jig 2 back, and that's a pretty nice horse who's over here now for Bill Mott. I just think she fits really well in this field, and I think if she takes a step forward off of that Churchill race, she's right there with these horses.
Just need her to break a little better, and maybe someone to put some heat on valedictorian in the early portion of the race. 8-1 on the morning line. I'm going 2-6-1-4. Give me numbers.
2-1-6.
You just couldn't pick Inflexibility second. No, it's out of spite. 2-6-1-4 again for me in the Grade 3 Eatontown. Bet this nice card on UN Saturday at Monmouth with your DRF Bets account. When you go to drf.com/bet to sign up, you'll learn how to get $150 in risk-free bets. An approximate post time for the Eatontown, 3:33 Eastern. Good luck.